Hey guys, welcome back to another movie review. So I'm a week late to the party because I was on vacation for the past 3 days, but I finally got around to watching Spider-Man Brand New Day, and here's my spoiler-free review. Now before I get started with this review, let me go ahead and say this first. I am a huge fan of Spider-Man. Not only is he my favorite Marvel superhero of all time, he's also just my favorite superhero of all time in general. That's how much I love the character. I enjoyed all the Spider-Man movies that we got in the last 2 decades, and I don't think we've ever had a single bad Spider-Man movie. So when I heard that Marvel was making a fourth Spider-Man movie with Tom Holland, I was super excited. I loved every single trailer that came out for this movie, and that's how I got so excited for this movie, and this was easily in my top 3 most anticipated movies of the year. And now that I have seen this movie, guys, I am pissed off. And no, it's not that I think the movie is bad because it's literally quite the opposite. I'm pissed off because this is the MCU Spider-Man movie we should have gotten 10 years ago. Not only do I think this is the best MCU Spider-Man movie of all time, this is the greatest live-action Spider-Man movie I've ever seen. This movie is gas! There are a lot of things to process here, so let's break down the best and worst parts of the movie. The first and biggest positive for this movie is easily Tom Holland as Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man. I think this is easily Tom Holland's best performance as Spider-Man, and he is finally the Spider-Man I've been wanting to see in the MCU for years. He does a great job playing a more mature, broke, and depressed Peter Parker, and he also nails the fun, lighthearted, and quippy side of Spider-Man. That's how good he is as the character. Another positive for this movie is the visuals. I thought the visuals in this movie were amazing, and this is easily one of the most visually stunning movies in the entire MCU. This movie is a huge upgrade from the previous Tom Holland Spider-Man trilogy in terms of visuals, and the way this movie is shot is just absolutely perfect. Every single frame in this movie was just so incredible to look at. Another positive for this movie is the supporting cast, specifically Zendaya's MJ and Jacob Batalon's Ned Leeds. When it was announced that Ned and MJ were coming back for this movie, I was a little skeptical at first because I thought them coming back would just undo the ending of No Way Home. But man, oh man, I am so glad I was proven wrong because they are great supporting characters and they actually serve the story pretty well. Another positive for this movie is the action and web swinging. I'm not exaggerating when I say the action in this movie is some of the best action you'll ever see in a Spider-Man movie, and it was a whole lot of fun to watch. The way that action is choreographed in this movie was perfect, and again, it was just a whole lot of fun to watch. And dude, don't even get me started on the web swinging. The web swinging scenes in this movie felt so alive, and it is some of the best web swinging I've ever seen. There is not enough honey in the world to pour on Destin Daniel Cretton because he has truly outdone himself with this movie, and I hope Marvel and Sony consider giving him the keys to the entire Spider-Man franchise because he has the sauce. Another positive for this movie is the story. I'm not joking when I say the story in this movie is by far the most mature and deep Spider-Man story the MCU has ever told, and it was really emotional too. Without getting into spoilers, there is a certain scene in this movie that nearly made me shed tears. It was really sad. Another positive for this movie is the chemistry between Spider-Man and the Punisher. I loved Spider-Man and Punisher's dynamic in this movie, and I think it is easily my favorite part of the whole entire movie. It is so cool seeing Jon Bernthal's Punisher on the big screen for the first time, and I think this is easily his best performance as the character since Daredevil Season 2. Another positive for this movie is that they finally made the Hulk incredible again. I am so happy Marvel finally brought back Savage Hulk, and he is hands down one of the best parts of this movie. Mark Ruffalo has not had material this good since Avengers Age of Ultron, and I feel like this is easily one of his best Hulk performances. Another positive for this movie is the new cast members. I really enjoyed the new actors in this movie, and I thought their characters were great. I thought Jean the Wolf was great, and she was a really good supporting character to Spider-Man. But I think the one character that really stood out to me the most was easily Sadie Sink's mystery character. I won't spoil who she's playing for those who haven't seen the movie yet, but all I can say is her character is exceptional, and I cannot wait to see more of her in the future of the MCU. And the final positive for this movie is the third act. The third act in this movie is one of the most emotional third acts to any Spider-Man movie, and it had me feeling something. It nearly made me cry. Overall, I had a really great time watching this in the theaters. I think this is easily a top tier MCU movie and Spider-Man movie. And if you're a huge die-hard Spider-Man fan like me, I highly recommend you go watch this movie because it is the cinematic event of the summer. And the rating I would give for this is an easy 10 out of 10. But anyways, yeah, that's my review for Spider-Man Brand New Day. And thank you for watching. If you want to see more reviews like this, follow me for more. Peace out.